Well, hi again. We're going to try something new. I'm releasing my new book, Kaines, Sanction, on Friday, the 15th of February, and I thought I'd give you a little sneak peek. Well, yeah, it's a peek because you'll see it below, but I'm going to do a reading for you so you get to hear my lovely voice reciting some lines from my book. So this is a first, and keep track. It might be worth something someday. Yeah. Anyway, here we go. I'm going to read a portion of a chapter for you and see if I can whet your appetite. Action stations, ordered the captain. The bridge lighting dimmed, replaced by red night vision illumination. Helm. Accelerate to 0.15 C, heading toward the nearest rock in the asteroid belt. Targeting data is being forwarded to tactical, said Hayden, unable to suppress the stress in his voice. Estimates, XO? Our triangulation is preliminary, sir. I think they figured out what we were up to and made their move before we could nail down their position. We got caught with our pants down. The captain rotated his chair to address the tactical officer. Gunny, is there a firing solution computed? No precise positioning info, Captain. But there is enough for a spread of laser fire with a good chance of hitting home. Pavlovich looked sternly at Hayden. Now I only need to decide if I'm going to shoot first. What does your fancy academy education suggest, XO? Perspiration ran down Hayden's cheek. His only exposure to this type of situation had been simulations, and he had never performed well in them. He addressed Bates. Com, is there any kind of signal from astern? Any sign they are trying to hail us? Not a peep, Lieutenant. Hayden returned Pavlovich's dark, angry stare, then made a decision. Their actions are provocative, sir. I recommend we fire. It took you long enough. Okay, Gunny, give it to him. The lighting on the bridge dimmed further, and Scimitar's hull vibrated as the ship's stern array of 12 500 exawatt X-ray lasers fired at their pursuer. The barrage continued for 20 seconds before stopping to allow the weapons to recharge. Status of the target, asked the captain. No indications of impact, energy discharge, or debris. You mean we missed? Not bloody likely, sir, said Gunny. The ship lurched, and the pull of gravity plating weakened. The lights winked out, and only emergency illumination prevented them from plunging into total darkness. Status report, said Pavlovich. Hayden futilely tried to access his disconnected implant. Cora's hands flew across the manual interface at her station, and she scrutinized the readouts. We've been damaged astern. Engine 2 is inoperative, and number 4 is barely hanging on. Attitude control is offline. Give me a second. Her fingers danced over the keyboard, and a moment later, Hayden felt himself being pushed sideways by an invisible force. He grabbed the captain's console to steady himself. Okay, attitude control reestablished. The hull hummed again with another barrage of laser fire. Pavlovich turned expectantly to Gunny, who shook his head. How the hell did you miss? Anger flared in Gunny's human eye. There is no bloody way I missed, Captain. The lasers ain't touching them. Cora examined her readouts in more detail. No hull breach, but magnetic plating didn't do much to stop whatever they hit us with. We've got a lot of structural damage on ventral decks 6 through 9. Evacuate all non-critical personnel to the central core. Clear the compromised sections and vent whichever ones are unoccupied. I don't want any explosive decompressions. Pavlovich activated ship-wide address. All hands, prep for possible zero-G battle conditions. He addressed Cora. I didn't like how the plating responded to that last hit, engineer. Yes, sir. I'm doing my best, but she shook her head. Analysis, what the hell did they use on us? With his link no longer talking to the ship's systems, Hayden had migrated to an unoccupied console and strapped himself into the chair. Whatever it was didn't register with the bugs. The ship was rocked a second time. Hayden's stomach lurched as the pull of gravity vanished. Cora called out a litany of damages. Power to grav plating is out. Damage to stern laser array elements 6 through 8. Aft railgun is destroyed. Structural breaches on decks 9 and 10. Engines 4 and 3 and 2 offline. I need solution, people. Hayden shouted about the noise. Captain, the fact that we can't see them and our lasers don't affect them. Pavlovich stared at him. Well, go on. He swallowed, then said, try using projectile weapons. Fire a volley as they approach us. They'll be within 100 clicks in 15 seconds. Our aft array is gone, boy, said Gunny. Attitude control is functional. Bring us around and present our forward guns, said Kaine. Helm, do it, said Pavlovich. The cyborg returned his attention to his tactical console. Hayden felt himself pulled sideways as Quack rotated the ship to face the invisible attacker. Before the rotational movement stopped, the sound and shaking of the forward railgun being unleashed vibrated the deck. Anxious, he monitored the sensor drone readouts for any indication of an impact. We hit them, he shouted. Registered 3 hits. Some damage, I think. I read some kind of gas venting. They're breaking off and heading away from us. A cheer arose on the bridge from everyone except Pavlovich. Where did they go, Kaine? They accelerated and left our drone range at high speed. We've lost them. Great. So we only hurt them. Who knows when they'll come back and maybe bring reinforcements. Captain, we've got some serious damage repairs to make, said Cora. He nodded at her, and she unbuckled herself and floated to the hatchway. We're going to need a place to hide while we repair ourselves and come up with a plan of action, said the captain. And I'm being a stinker. I'm going to leave it there so you can read the book maybe and find out what happens. Thanks very much for listening to this. I hope it has inspired you to perhaps purchase the book. It can be picked up at the link down below, or I'll read it here. It's books2read.com. That's books, number 2, read.com/Kaines/Sanction. And other than that, you can go to my website and look at Kaine Sanction. Again, the link's down at the bottom. Please check it out. If you pick up the pre-sale before the 15th of February and send your email address to, or email reply to presales@prudenauthor.com, I'll send you some bonus PDF material from the book. In any event, thanks very much, and we will talk to you again soon.